It is my pleasure now to introduce to you to the next panel. I'd like to I'd like to welcome Delphin Kaze, founder and CEO of Kaze Green Economy and co-founder and representative of My Imperative Actions, and Mohammed Shamsuddin Ibrahim, who is the co-founder and team lead of Break Free from Plastic Awareness Initiative, and Olawandabira Abiola Awe, Ventures and Capital Campaign Associate at Student Energy. Welcome, all of you. It is my pleasure to welcome these incredible energy entrepreneurs from Africa. Thank you for joining us today at UNDP Hour. So, first off, how about I start off with you, Olawandabira. My first question to you is, tell us a little bit about your energy story. You know, what led you to become an entrepreneur at this stage?
Thank you very much. Just a point of correction. My name is Hamira Kobusingye. I am a climate activist, and I am the co-founder of Climate Justice Africa. We train communities and sensitize them about climate change and also renewable energies, but also how to use the resources they have to produce sustainable energy for their communities. Yes, what led me to this day is when you grow up in a community where you see struggle in energy, you see struggle in feeding families and providing for children and taking them to school, you are naturally pushed to dig and find why is this happening to my people? Why is this happening? And also, while you do that, you're like, okay, this can help. So that is why I do it. I also love empowering women because I'm a climate and gender justice activist beyond training and sensitizing communities. So, yes, I like seeing women empowered and standing on their ground because it gives us the firmity and the strength to survive all the challenges that come from being a woman, a mother, a child, a daughter, a sister. We have so much we carry on our shoulders. But again, we also know women on the continent in any kind of family provide for their families food. Everyone looks at the mother, the sister. Well, we're going to get the food. We have so many signed up issues, and producing energy and sustainable energy is one of the ways to reduce on the costs they have to incur to provide for their families. I hope I answered your question.
Thank you. So the same question for you, Ibrahim, on what inspired you to be an energy entrepreneur, and tell us a little bit about your background and your inspiration to get here.
Well, actually, for me, I was born and brought up from a community where women uses firewood and charcoal for cooking, and I interacted with some of these women, and there is an incident where a woman took her mother to the hospital for medical treatment, and the doctor asked her, "When did your mother stop smoking?" And her mother never smoked. I get to realize something is happening, and in 2015, while I was writing my final year research project on the impact of food insecurity on the academic performance of chemistry students, I get to connect the dots between energy poverty, climate change, and food insecurity. And that is one of the key areas, inspiration I have to pursue promoting access to clean cooking technologies, especially in grassroots communities. And from 2018 till date, we are able to train and empower about 700 women in grassroots communities on how to convert agricultural biomass to briquettes as an alternative to charcoal and firewood, and looking at the other aspect of energy poverty in Africa. That inspires me to start my postgraduate diploma in color chemistry in order to understand how we can use color technology to tap solar energy and start manufacturing our own solar panels without importing them from elsewhere, because we have abundance of solar power in Africa and we have the innovation, we have the skills, we just have to leverage on our scenarios and circumstances to provide solutions to our problems.
That's really inspiring. And my last question, same question to you, Delphin. Share your story of why you chose to be an energy entrepreneur.
Yeah, thank you so much for inviting me. All started in 2017 when I was at university in environmental sciences. And then I realized how we are facing an alarming rate of deforestation caused by the use of wood as the main source for clean cooking energies in many households, either in urban area or rural area. There was a platform called My Imperative Actions, where as young environmentalists, we were raising awareness in the community how people should protect the environment. But where we are talking about you should avoid using wood, communities are what is the alternative. And then I decide to continue my activism, but my activism should be accompanied by actions. Then I founded Kaze Green Economy, a clean cooking company in Burundi, where we are producing eco-friendly charcoal produced from agricultural biomass. But also we started a manufacturing company for improved cook stoves just to increase the energy efficiency. And while in that sector, we found also there is a problem of access on electricity, where 7% of population only have access on electricity in Burundi. So it was like we should promote those renewable source of energy in our countries, like solar energy and others, just to ensure people have access on energy, and at that we will be achieving the sustainable development we're planning. So that is what pushed me to start investing in renewable energy in climate action. Yeah.
You're all really excellent examples of made in Africa solutions. Now, my next question to you is, of the people who currently lack energy access, the African continent has a significant portion of that population. What do you think, you all touched on it briefly, but what do you think is critically needed to ensure that that last mile energy access happens in the continent or in your communities? I'd like you to start first.
Please repeat the question.
Sure. What do you think is critically needed to ensure last mile access for the hardest to reach communities for energy access in Africa, specifically to where you are?
Thank you very much. Access to energy will make or break the continent's efforts to adapt against climate change, including adverse weather effects, water scarcity, and significant threats to livelihoods. However, Africans are getting the short end of the stick in the global race to combat climate change when it comes to energy. First, the promised financing to invest in reliable energy systems and adaptation is trickling very slowly to where it's needed most. Secondly, Africa could be handicapped if the global level policies designed to limit greenhouse gas emissions and the proposed timeline towards net zero do not take the continent's unique and noise circumstances in account. A just energy transition in Africa, on my own context, means every African should have access to clean energy for both heating and cooking purpose, as well as for industrial and economic use, irrespective of location, gender, or race. Thank you very much.
Yeah, for me, it's to accelerate action. Sometimes we find there are different actors in this energy sector, and but with a little impact, I can say. There are technologies, there are startups that are coming with sustainable solutions. It's time to accelerate those solutions and stop always talking about pilot project. No, we don't want those pilot projects because the real issue is on the ground. People don't have access on those clean energy solutions. So, for example, in our country, now we started Kaze Green Economy with a retail production of 40 kg per day. That was our capacity of production. In 2020, we got a financial support from UNDP Burundi, where we got industrial equipment of producing 30 metric tons of eco-friendly charcoal per day. And now we are providing those products for 10% of the market in Burundi, which means 80,000 households are using our product. More than 50 military camps and refugee camps are using our product. And then every month we are saving like more than 50 hectares of forest. That is a little impact by one startup. What if international development agencies and government, other companies join the effort together for real actions?
Okay.
At that time, we'll be achieving what we want to see.
Thank you.
Thank
Now,
you.
Ibrahim, over to you.
Well, for me, actually, I think the board made the right call because for me, I believe, just like he said, the solution is there. We understand our problems and we brought out innovative solutions to solve these problems. What we need is a platform whereby these solutions can be scaled up. Just like he mentioned, if his organization will make available efficient cooking technology for about 10% households in the general population in Burundi, what if 20 people like him, we are given access with enough investment to promote clean cooking? We will be moving towards access to clean cooking technologies, not just in communities, but across Africa.
Perfect, thank you. So we're going to wrap up very quickly. So I'm going to ask you one last question, 20 seconds, short answer. What is your call to action to world leaders here today? What is one message you want to give them at COP27? Very short.
Thank you very much. From what we've heard from all of us is Africa has the resources, Africa has the knowledge, and Africa has the ability and the will to make the dream of sustainable energy possible. Now, what is left is for governments, policymakers, and the global north to make good on their promise of climate finance and provide a loss and damage facility.
Thank you.
With climate finance,
We're going to have to give the others opportunity as well. That was really great points you made. Thank you.
Well, for me, I think for a continent with about 65% of its population as young people, I think two key things we need is amplified capacity building as well as improved research and development, especially in our academic institutions, to ensure that young people are up to standard to promote and drive Africa through energy, away from energy poverty.
Yeah, for me, clean energy or green economy, it's the only opportunity we have now to achieve the sustainable development. So we should take action just now because it is the right time. If not, there are different challenges that are coming. So let's take action, join efforts together to achieve the climate actions, not only for the climate, but also for the economic development, because it's the only opportunity that we have now. Let's promote the green economy, let's promote the clean energy.
Thank you so much. We have a fantastic panel joining us today, sharing local-made solutions for, from the African continent for energy access and decarbonization. Thank you for joining us, and, big round of applause for them.
thank you for having us.